CARICOM's COVID-19 response gets a shot in the arm as several member states receive AstraZeneca vaccine and begin their inoculation exercises. Secretary General of CARICOM takes first jab as he leads the start of COVID-19 immunization at the CARICOM Secretariat. The Caribbean community says it is monitoring political situation in Haiti very closely, plus
it is a series victory for the ages.
Congratulations to the West Indies cricket team from the chairman of CARICOM. Welcome to this week's episode of the CARICOM News Time. I'm Tusankin English Francis. Thank you for tuning in to our weekly newscast. CARICOM's response to COVID-19 got a significant boost through cooperation among the government of India, Barbados, and Dominica. A gift of 100,000 AstraZeneca vaccines to Barbados and 70,000 to Dominica from the government of India was shared among several CARICOM countries in a show of solidarity in the fight against the novel coronavirus.
I did not fancy my chances of getting such a swift, positive response to my request of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. One would have thought and understood that in a global pandemic such as this, a nation's size and might would have been the primary considerations. But it is to the credit of Prime Minister Modi that our request was considered on merit and the equality of our people was recognized. I'd like to take this opportunity once again to express my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to Prime Minister Modi, his government, and the citizens of India.
I really want to thank Prime Minister Modi for his quick, decisive, and magnanimous action in allowing us to be the beneficiary of these vaccines which they have given us for our people, and indeed in sending it in the shortest possible time to aid in our fight. Prime Minister Skerritt and myself have worked very closely on this, and I really want to thank him. But as we benefit, we've also agreed that members of the OECS and indeed in Barbados' case, Trinidad and Guyana, who have helped us over the course of the last year, believe you me, nobody has gone through this without seeking assistance. And therefore, both of us have agreed that some of the vaccines which we have received will go to our brothers and sisters in those territories.
Heads of government of Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, Guyana, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts and Nevis expressed their profound gratitude to Barbados and Dominica for sharing their COVID-19 vaccine supplies. The vaccines were transported to Barbados and Dominica by air from the government of India free of cost and airlifted from Barbados and Dominica to other member states via the Regional Security System, the RSS. Outgoing Honorary Consul of India in Barbados, Dr. Mohini Harris, said the donation is a gesture of friendship and solidarity by the government of India.
So it's a gesture of friendship and solidarity from government and people of India to the government and people of Barbados. The Covishield vaccine is made in India, vaccine under the auspicious Oxford-Astrazeneca. The similar gesture of friendship and solidarity with other countries in the region has been extended, and they will also be receiving the Made in India Covishield vaccine very soon.
As the vaccination programs roll out in the community, heads of state, ministers of government, and frontline workers queue up for first jabs in front of rolling cameras to boost confidence in the safety of the vaccine. In Dominica, President His Excellency Charles Savarin was the first person on the island to be given the AstraZeneca vaccine. In Grenada, Prime Minister Keith Mitchell and members of his cabinet led the vaccination exercise, while in Guyana, doctors and nurses from the Georgetown Public Hospital and the COVID-19 Intensive Care Unit of Guyana's Infectious Diseases Hospital were the first to be immunized. CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque has praised the strong solidarity within CARICOM as member states shared their limited first batches of COVID-19 vaccines. The Secretary General comments came as he led his CARICOM Secretariat staff in taking vaccine shots from the 100 doses of AstraZeneca vaccine provided by Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados. Ambassador LaRocque thanked President Irfan Ali of Guyana for arranging the Ministry of Health to vaccinate the CARICOM Secretariat staff. He also thanked Prime Minister Modi of India for his generous contribution of 500,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines to the Caribbean community. Other CARICOM countries will receive AstraZeneca vaccines from the government of India within the coming days.
I want to start by thanking most sincerely the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister of Barbados, Honorable Mia Mottley, for sharing with the CARICOM Secretariat 100 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Of course, I also have to thank also have to thank President Ali and the Ministry of Health personnel for facilitating this exercise this morning. I also have to thank the government of India, who made a contribution to Barbados, the government and people of Barbados, of 100,000 doses, thereby making it possible for Prime Minister Mottley to share with Guyana, with the government and people of Guyana, and also with the CARICOM Secretariat.
In Belize, health authorities are breathing a sigh of relief as hospital admissions for COVID-19 record an all-time low. Director of Health Services, Dr. Melissa Diaz, said while the data indicates that transmission is slowing down, the country is not yet in the recovery phase.
We're seeing less admissions. Private sector has not had many admissions as well. So we see everything around us is telling us that the transmission has been broken to a large degree. But in order for us to say that our country has recovered or is in the recovery phase, we've got to be at 5 or less with regards to positivity rate for at least 28 days. So we're not there yet.
As Belize and other CARICOM member states await their first shipments of vaccines against the coronavirus, they have begun to educate citizens on the importance of being vaccinated. Listen as the Assistant Secretary General within the Directorate of Human and Social Development of the CARICOM Secretariat, Dr. Douglas Slater, provide a brief summary on the AstraZeneca vaccine, its safety and efficacy.
The vaccine for COVID, and in this case, the AstraZeneca version that is manufactured by the Serum Institute of India, which, by the way, is the world's largest manufacturer of vaccines. And we are accustomed getting vaccines from that very distinguished institution for our children over many years. Vaccine, as we know, if you didn't know, a vaccine is used mainly to prevent illness and infection. In this case, these vaccines are new, and while there is information to show that they definitely prevent illness, there are some concerns that they may not totally prevent infection. But the important thing to know is that they do prevent illness. Now, this vaccine, it is one that is stored at regular temperatures, and therefore it is, when I say regular refrigeration temperatures. You would have heard of others that require very special refrigeration. They are not yet commonly or will be easily available to us, so we are happy that we have one that really is convenient to our use, and this falls into that category. Regarding its efficacy, as I said before, all the vaccines are effective. That is, they will prevent serious illness. With respect to what we call the efficacy, how well it does that, this vaccine has an efficacy rating of about 70% and above.
The Caribbean community is continuing to monitor developments in Haiti very closely and is urging all stakeholders in the French-speaking member states to be guided by the Constitution. Haiti's latest political situation ensued from question whether President Jovenel Moïse's term ended on the 7th of February 2021 or will end on the 7th of February 2022. President Moïse was elected in November 2016 and took office in February 2017. The opposition argues that the current 5-year presidential term began on the 7th of February 2016, while President Moïse said it began when he took office. His position is endorsed by the Organization of American States, the United Nations, and as of Friday, the U.S. State Department. A statement from the CARICOM Secretariat on the 12th of February said the community is heartened that an election timetable has been set. The community encourages all parties to engage in meaningful dialogue in the interest of peace and stability. Young people in the Caribbean will be benefiting from comprehensive sexuality education (CSE) activities launched recently by UNFPA under the Spotlight Regional Program for the Caribbean. CARICOM member states will benefit from the CSE activities, which target the safe and healthy transition of children to adolescents and adolescents to adults. Speaking at the virtual launch event on the 10th of February, Director and Representative for UNFPA's Sub-Regional Office in the Caribbean, Alison Drayton, highlighted the importance of strengthening regional capacities to advocate for and deliver quality CSE in and out of school.
The environment for advancing HFLE has also become less conducive because of progressive advocacy against sexuality education. Even though evidence shows that sexuality education that is age-appropriate, rights-based, gender-sensitive, and life skills-based can provide young people with the knowledge, skills, and efficacy to make informed decisions about their sexuality and lifestyle.
Director within the Directorate of Human and Social Development of the CARICOM Secretariat, Ms. Helen Royer, lauded the timeliness of the initiative, noting that the interventions are aligned with the hopes for healthy and contributing Caribbean citizens as outlined in the CARICOM Human Resource Development 2030 strategy.
It is also in support of the recently launched roadmap by PAHO for promoting the health and well-being of adolescents and youth in the Caribbean, which received CARICOM support and endorsement. In closing, I wish to thank the UNFPA, our other partners and collaborators who have over the years so richly contributed to the region's development agenda for our adolescents and youth.
And finally, in the news this week, it was a sweet Valentine's Day gift for cricket lovers in the Caribbean when the West Indies cricket team secured a thrilling 17-run victory against Bangladesh in the second and final test to complete a clean sweep of the series. Chairman of CARICOM, Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, extended congratulations to the team, praising their discipline and grit under the captaincy of Craig Brathwaite. Prime Minister Rowley had praises for coach Phil Simmons and Kumar Bonner for his consistent performance with the bat, and Kyle Mayers for his inspiring debut of 210 knockout in the first test. He also commended Rakeem Cornwall for his 9-wicket haul in Sunday's match. Prime Minister Rowley said the achievement has brought great pride to CARICOM and urged the players, coach, and regional cricket administrators to build upon this success to take West Indies to new heights. For more stories, you can visit the CARICOM news site at today.caricom.org or the CARICOM website at caricom.org. Like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Keep safe and see you next time.